you go. Now I can see you. There you go. Welcome to the Think of Artists. The only
Oh, hello.
the only art podcast on Twitch, sadly, but it'd be the best one of all, and also one of the few on YouTube. So this is just my way to kind of showcase artists on Twitch. That I wish that Twitch would do more of. Some water. Oh.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea. It's been a hot summer.
Yeah, oh man. And also, I woke up not that long ago. I ain't gonna lie. I woke up like an hour ago. Long night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm still here. I'm still here. I made it. I streamed right on
Mhm.
time. I wasn't late. Somewhat. Well, I was promoting. So, all right.
No, appreciate
Uh,
it.
do you know of anyone that does? Okay. Now if you can't do it. I'm doing a podcast right now. Just send me a message. Oh, sorry about that.
No worries.
Send me message. This is the first time this ever happened. That on any socials. That's all we do, right? Just socials, like send messages on socials. There you go. All right. So I sent you the questions already. I will improv some questions here and there. There are some optional questions that you don't have to answer, because I do understand that maybe you don't want to talk about it. And yeah. All right. So the first question is, we can get started. The first question is, why do you make art, and how did you start making art?
So I started drawing a lot when I was in elementary school, and I started watching Pokemon, and I was like, I want to draw all the awesome Pokemon out there. So I started drawing Pikachu and Charmander and Squirtle and Bulbasaur on all my homework.
Wait,
Um,
wait,
yeah,
wait. Which one is your favorite Pokemon?
I mean, I
What?
drew. I didn't really have a favorite Gen 1 Pokemon, but I did draw a lot of Pikachu. I did draw a lot of Pikachu. Um,
Pikachu fan, I
I
see.
was hustling early. Yeah, Bard's right. I actually at Boys and Girls Club when I went there, I would charge people 25 cents per Powerpuff Girl or 3 for 75 cents. And then I made a whole $2.50 before my business retired. So, but anyways, that was the roots of where I
Profit.
started to draw. Yeah, profit. um I thought about it as a career when I was in high school. So I wanted to be a veterinarian for the longest time. Um, and then I took chemistry and like, hold up, can I cuss in this podcast? Is that cool?
So in my podcast,
Oh, okay.
it's usually no. In my podcast, it's usually the vibe with the artist. If you want to curse,
Oh,
that's your
okay.
thing. I don't want to hold anybody back of, like, whatever you're comfortable with. It's all good.
Okay. Okay, cool. Because I was gonna say like I took chemistry and I was like, fuck that. So I decided to become an artist. Well, it was something that I could have seen myself doing professionally and really enjoying. So this was about like how long ago was I in high school? Like 12, 13 years ago, and loved it, love it ever since, went to college for graphic design, but illustration is my main passion. So I've been pursuing that ever since.
Um, so I do want to ask. I will be asking some questions about college
Mhm.
later
Mhm.
on. Um, so I haven't answered the most important question.
Oh, why? Why do I
No,
make art? That's right.
no. What was your
Which
favorite
one? What
Pokemon?
is the most important Oh, my favorite Pokemon right now or back then? Because
Right
back
now,
then,
right now.
right now, oof. Um, I'm probably honestly leaning towards Pachirisu. I don't know why, because Pachirisu has this big ass fluffy tail and it's all cute but honestly, it's hard to choose. There's so many of them, like over 500 now. That's a lot of choices, but,
I honestly don't
uh
know who that is.
Um, but how why do I make art?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think I answered that
Yeah,
question.
yeah, yeah. Why do you make art? Like, what's your like goal, purpose?
Uh, yeah, like I mentioned before, I couldn't see myself really pursuing anything else as a career professionally. This is something that I can see myself enjoying with my work. And I also feel like with art, I'm able to express thoughts and emotions that are better explained through pictures as opposed to words. So that's also another way of an outlet for myself to do that.
Okay. Um, and so pretty much you started from when you were very young, so you have like some idea of what you wanted to do into where you
Hmm.
are now, and this is like the one career you're like, I'm going all in. This is what I want. Um, and the next question is gonna be pretty much be about how do you feel about college, especially for artists? Do you think it's necessary now? Do you think it helped you grow as an artist, or make you better understand the art world?
I think this is a really interesting question that we do talk a lot about on my stream. So I feel like there's definitely pros and cons to going to college or some sort of structured institution for art. I would say that if you can find a way to do it on your own, and there's a lot of classes out there for free or for cheaper on YouTube or online that artists can use to help self educate themselves, because school is just like really expensive, and sometimes instructors try to make your art style match the institution style or their own style. So it can be a little less liberating in that sense. If someone does decide to go to school or choose that option, I would say the best benefit that at least I got out of school was networking with other students and making those connections, which helped me out down the line. And also being able to have instructor feedback um, a lot more immediately than if you were to learn on your own. You would have to seek out that feedback and criticism on your own from communities such as Twitch and other online or in person gatherings as well.
Okay, okay.
So that's yeah, there's pros and cons to it, but I feel like if you can save money, I'm all for that.
Um, I do have one kind of like question for you of the teachers. How do you feel about the art
Mhm.
teachers? Because I always hear bad things and then some good things. So I'm just very curious because I hear like, oh, it's kind of like they're kind of lazy. They just want to give like an assignment, boom, move on. And
Mhm.
so how's your personal experience of that?
So I actually got to experience that on both ends, from going to college for 4 years, and I actually was an art instructor for a brief amount of time as well
Oh,
at the same university I went to school at. So um, during my experience in college, I enjoyed most of my instructors. There were some that were kind of lazy and hesitant on giving feedback or anything that would really uh, push me in the right direction. But some of them I can tell really cared, and um, they have a lot more emphasis in seeing my work grow instead of trying to uh, have better grades or put a lot of work into an outlet that would be a little more useless. So when I was an instructor for a brief amount of time, I tried to put emphasis on with my projects that students had an open-ended outlet so they can create whatever they wanted. If they were into cars or like fashion or anime, they can use that in their projects to um, help get better at their creativity. So I think overall as a teacher it would be most beneficial if they were open-ended and they were able to understand that each student has a different style of learning and a different style of what helps them pursue the projects as well.
oh, okay. So you just trying to find something like you can relate to them and help them go through with that. Like so you're
Mhm.
actually listening to them instead of just giving like just putting something out there.
Yeah, because then they're just not going to be interested, or they're just going to feel like they're wasting their time. And I'm sure a lot of people who've gone through art school have felt that way too. Like, why am I here? This is a waste of time.
Right here, I'm raising my hand.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, I didn't really went to art school. I'm mostly self-taught. Though I had one
Okay.
teacher in high school, but we always butt heads because I always wanted to draw what I wanted to draw, so he didn't like me as much. Um,
Yeah.
because yeah. So all right. So I just thank you again. This is the first time we had an art instructor here, so it's actually really cool getting a different perspective. Because I
Hmm.
was got like again, I got some good things about college for art stuff, and I got some bad things, especially like from the
Hmm.
teachers. Surprisingly, out of all things, the teachers is like, oh yeah, they're very like lazy, or the assignments are kind of like not
Hmm.
really listening to us or anything like that in high school, and even on college, especially. And the weird thing is in college, that would have been a different experience, but. I don't know. Everything's different. Everybody has a different experience with that. So thank you again for that. Really.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So we're gonna go to the next question. Um,
Mhm.
and is what art do you most identify with? Like,
So, the art style that I identify with as an artist and as an art appreciator would definitely be in the realm of surrealism art. Um, so just, maybe like a normal scene with just something a little more weird and extra to it.
do you have any surrealism art favorite artists?
Favorite artists? So I try to have a think about my biggest influences and favorite artists since
Okay.
this question does come up time and time again. So a few of them are, if you're gonna look them up, by the way, there might be some like NSFW themes, so just be careful. But Lauren YS and
If I get
Miles
banned, I get banned.
Johnston. Don't look up Lauren. Don't look up Lauren. Look up Miles though. Miles Johnson probably has some really cool safe for work art, and Timothy Von Ruden or Von art. So I like a lot of themes, especially with surrealism that have a lot of like flowiness to them, a lot of contrast, and um, also the themes that I like about surrealism is that it it's heavy on psychology and it makes you think. It invokes a lot more emotion and thought than I see with a lot of other genres.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
So right now I'm looking at Mouse, and
mhm.
is he does a lot with the faces.
Yeah.
It's weird, crazy, and awesome.
Yep.
Um, yeah. So actually, we're gonna go to like okay. So surrealism is like your one of your big inspirations. Is that what you want to pursue more in your art? And is that like a medium that you want to try out more with like painting wise or drawing wise? 'Cause I know you do ink a lot.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of switching it up a bit, because with cross training, that's when you learn one subject and then, or one skill, and then you take the logic that you use and the technique you use to learn that skill, and you can apply that knowledge to something else. So right now, I've just been really enjoying working with ink, and I've been doing that for about a year now.
Okay.
But prior to that, I would paint a lot with
Okay.
acrylics. So I've kind of stopped for a bit, taken a break, but I feel like soon I would like to come back to acrylic paint or even try a new medium, explore oil painting and see what from my knowledge of what I've learned through pen and ink or even graphite I used to work with a long time ago, see if I reapproached the painting medium, if I can explore new styles and render things out better than I did before.
Oh, okay, okay. Um, that actually kind of goes to the next question because like, what kind of themes are you pursuing right now? Other like, are you still
But
pursuing surrealism, or you're going for a different type of themes now? Of like subjects that you put in your artwork.
I think, I don't like staying too static with my themes. I know a lot of them are based around surrealism, and if not, then I like doing fashion studies, like street fashion, just things that look really cool. I noticed that a lot of my artwork has a more feminine and delicate quality to them. I like working with contrast, and that's a more technical thing as well. I like working with the themes of contrast with a lot of darks and whites to them. So I've been focusing on that as well. I would like to get better at doing more geometry and mechanical shapes because I haven't
Mm.
explored that much in my work. So, oh hey, it's me.
Yeah, we're just going through your artwork because like of like the
Yeah.
phases that you're going through. So you kind of like keep switching up your mediums. You keep trying new things and not just staying of
Yeah.
like a place that you're comfortable with. You know, because it's actually good to experiment a
Uh-huh.
lot, especially to grow as an artist. In my opinion. Do you have a favorite art piece that you felt that it was it like kind of made you feel like you're going the right direction? You're going this piece was a big part of your art career or like in journey wise or anything like that?
Yeah, I first started using oh, I don't have a dip pen around, but I first started inking with a dip pen around September of 2020. And so around October time, there's a hashtag going around for artists called Inktober. And that's when you just do an ink drawing every day. So Twitch had their own community uh, prompt called Stream Ink. So I got to participate in that and I was able to explore new mediums. Yeah, down there's a picture of some of the ink that I use and a dip pen. But that's when I started working with it. So some of the pieces I did during that month of October, I felt really helped me boost my inking knowledge. And I was trying out new techniques too, like using a light board to put my sketches on, and then I would ink over that, so it would make it look a lot cleaner. But yeah, during definitely the pieces that I made during that time uh, were probably the last bunch that I felt super proud of.
Yeah, I mean like your attention detail is really great. I would love to get to
Thank
that
you.
level hopefully today. Uh yeah, I really like the like every drawing it gives me tattoo vibes for sure.
Hmm.
It really does give me tattoo vibes. Also, I noticed that you have a TV character too. Is that one of your TV
Yeah.
characters? Do you have a name for it?
That is my like if Joyce Rainbow Art, twitch.tv/Joyce Rainbow Art were a person,
Uh,
that would be that character. So I launched it as my very first draw this in your style, as in like my characterization of myself as a stream, and that's why I have a TV head. So I also really enjoy and have a relation to CRTVs because I used to play a lot of video games on them, like Super Smash Brothers Melee, and
mm.
I used to carry around a little CRTV with me a lot in the car. So that's another reason why. But yeah, that's pretty much my stream personality.
One other question is who will win a fight, your character or my TV character?
Ooh, your
Uh,
TV character looks pretty badass, so I know,
is-
you gotta pull it I mean, look at all that swag. I
well,
mean, I don't know,
he,
there is another arm coming out, like, that's another arm that you can get defeated with in a fight, so I
well,
don't
he's very insensitive. He's the only character I made cry like he's cried, so he's very sensitive.
Oh.
So
Oh.
he would not fight. He would not fight her. Not fight. He
Oh,
won't be
that's
friends.
very sweet.
Yeah, he won't fight.
Yeah.
He won't fight. You know what? Spare a moment. I would love to do a collab with you with the both TV characters. That'd be kind of awesome if you ever want
That
down
yeah,
to
that'd be
that.
amazing. Mhm.
All right. So yeah, he won't fight. He won't fight. He's nice. He's
That's nice.
um um. All right. So okay. So so that pretty much goes like, well, how do you find your art, your name kind of thing? So kind of like you have your own persona, your own character persona, of the TV character. You still like you still want to have a piece that you want to talk about like more thoroughly and what taught you more, like one specific piece or.
Did you want me to send over a link? Or I think if you scroll a bit down, there
Mhm.
should be this chick with like eyeballs and stuff like that. Or you
eye
look down.
eyeballs
Yeah.
eyeballs eyeball.
Right
Is there like a galaxy of
down.
eyeballs?
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
no,
not
wait.
that one. I know, I draw a lot of eyeballs. It's very non-specific. I can send you a link.
Okay,
That
yeah.
is Oak Tea Parties, Draw This in Your Style, which is also really fun.
Oh, okay, okay.
But yeah, that one. So
Oh,
that
there you
was
go.
around the time, yeah. So all those ink drawings right there, or most of them at least, that was around the time that I started using the dip pen a lot, which is the pen over to the left side of it. And yeah, the prompt list. So the prompt for that was anxious, and I was like, oh, I totally relate to that. So I had a lot of fun with the hair, especially
Mm,
just working with the contrast because showing that contrast with black and white is really fun. And I think that's why a lot of people have that resemblance to tattoo work with
mhm.
my art because it can show up pretty clearly and that's what I'm trying to accomplish with it.
Oh, okay, okay. Little controversial, not really. How do you feel about Inktober now? Now that the guy who created it copyrighted and like, you know,
Oh, okay. Well, with that, like I like the fact that Inktober brings artists together, and I don't really support Jake Parker's whatever he's doing.
name
But,
drop. Just kidding.
if
Just kidding.
exactly. Exactly. I ain't scared, but no, yeah, I don't really support whatever's going on over there, but if people do want to use that hashtag to get their work out or as means to help with their inking and to build a community, then I feel like that would overall be a good thing. So, go for it. And there's also a lot of alternatives out there as well. Like Stream Inc., which is our own community uh, prompt and a bunch of other ones too. So, long story short, as long as people are making art and being happy, I'm cool with it.
Okay, I mean that's respectable. Cause
Mhm.
yeah, I mean yeah, I remember when that happened. When you tried to copyright it, like after it got really popular, people were just like, nope. Like that's why people were like that. It's like no. Um,
Yeah.
so I understand why people were kind of like, what? Like you could have just copyright when you made it. You know what I mean? That would have been fine because he's the one who created it, right? Like in the beginning.
Mhm.
But now that it became popular, now he wants to make money off of it. It's like kind of weird. At like after it became more really popular. Because I believe he was starting like a
Ooh,
book or something.
although I did learn more about Alfonso Dunn's work through
Oh,
that whole controversy. And then I looked more into his YouTube channel and his Instagram page, and I found out that his style is really also another one of my influences nowadays because he likes to also work with different colored inks, which is something that I'm recently getting into. So yeah, that's also another thing that came out of that, which is relevant.
oh, then I mean, I guess something came out. Something came out. Something good came out of it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so I mean, yeah, I mean, it really depends like what kind of perspective you are, especially if
Mhm.
you're an artist or anything like that. But at the end of the day, I think it's fine overall. I mean, nobody's really talking about it. People just made their own different prompts now, and they still continue it, but in a different way.
Mhm.
Um, and okay, so Jake Parker, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. You can't really do anything about it. All right, so basically, all right. So we went we went the big your biggest influence already.
Mhm.
With this with Miles Johnson was one of them right there. Here's what the optional questions are for you now. What do you think? What do you think is the state of Twitch right now for artists?
For artists. Hmm. Well,
Don't hold back.
I know it's really I really don't know with social media because there's a lot of things happening in social media right now that have been influencing the direction of artists. I mean, mainly with like Instagram turning into TikTok and all that shenanigan going on, but with Twitch, I really don't know.
Mhm.
I've been streaming on here continuously for about 2 years now, and I haven't really seen too much detrimental things happening to artists, you know? I mean, who knows? It's Twitch and things happen all the time, but I've definitely seen a lot more community and growth on this platform with artists that I can relate to, and with a lot of people who are positive and uplifting than I have seen on other social platforms online as well. So I have a pretty positive outlook on Twitch.
Hmm.
As far as that goes, no complaints on my end. But I am keeping an eye out because things can change.
Um, how do you feel of the art section or the creative section being like taken out and be added to RL section, and they add a music
Oh
tab?
yeah, that happened last year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they separate everything.
How do I feel? That was booty. Yeah, that was straight up booty. Yeah.
Goody. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Like, not the good kind either.
um, and well, because like yeah, it was a weird thing because they were credit
Mhm,
center were all in one place, but then it just separated, and I even in my personal opinion, that hurt us more than actually helped
mhm,
us. Because now because the music got its own tab, they
mhm.
created like a game to it, like a karaoke type game, and then got DMC hard. Like music company just came in
Yeah.
hard, right? So it was a little bit all weird. And that kind of pushed everybody down, not up. So that's why I'm just like just curious about like what's your opinion about Twitch right now and what they could do better for artists. Like anything you could think of right now that feel like they could like help pursue help the artists out better within their platform.
I mean, definitely, like you mentioned too, like, taking away, that creatives category was definitely detrimental because I feel like they did put a lot of emphasis on the music section of Twitch, especially last year.
Hmm.
Um, they're like, "Artists are broke, they're not gonna make us money, so we're just gonna put them away." But if they just gave a lot more spotlight and just a little bit more like, "Hey, there's artists on here too," you know, because there's a lot of people who know about Twitch, but they don't know that there's artists on there. They just think it's a gaming platform. So, you know, definitely just a little bit more exposure and more centralized categories for artists could help us out.
Yeah, it's really weird because one of the big backbones of Twitch is artists, emotes, alerts, overlays,
Mhm.
panels, you name it, artists create it.
Mhm.
So it's like it's a crazy thing, right? Like they only promote us when it's necessarily for them. And I know I'm biased because I've been on the platform for about 4 years and I've seen a lot of stuff in and outs and um a lot of changes. And yeah, that's I'm just trying to get a lot of like artists' opinions about it. You know, like what do you guys think? Like, do you think we're going the right direction? Or wrong direction? Like, so it's always good to hear different opinions about it.
Mhm.
Um, because right now I haven't really heard any good, like that many good
Mhm.
things, opinions about Twitch as an platform. But have you guys heard about my YouTube channel for the podcast? That's it's where I have all the podcast with all the other artists and the playlist on there. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's sneaky promotion right there. Aha. If you guys don't subscribe, you guys hate art. That was good. Yeah, you got that'll be awesome. You guys subscribe.
Don't be an art
Like,
hater.
yeah, don't be an art hater, man.
Yeah.
And this is like the only podcast on Twitch, which we're gonna make. Hopefully, it will inspire to for more artists to do more of this kind of stuff, and also, and one of the few on YouTube. So if you guys want to support the podcast, help the other artists. There's a big playlist on there. Every video is timestamped. I timestamp every single video, and also be uploading exclusive clips on there and all that good stuff. Um, Back to the podcast. Um, wait. I lost where I was. All right, so pretty much at the end of the day, so you're not fully happy with Twitch right now with the art session, or feel like it's all right.
Yeah, yeah, long story short,
Mm-hmm.
it's you know, it's been doing pretty good for me, but it's it's good to seek out other avenues, and it's good to seek out things and be careful. So
Okay.
that's where my mindset is.
All right. All right. The next one. What is your opinion about NFTs?
Oh, NFTs. So, yeah, there's been a lot of controversy about that for a while, especially in the beginning of this year. Um, so I've tried to see a lot from both sides of the NFT market, those who are pro NFT and those who are against them. And I've come to find that there's a lot more information that I've found that support that NFTs are booty and the bad kind. Once again, um, just with all the research that I found, the just with like the environmental impacts, how it influences the economy, and just how um the fees you have to pay with it. It's just it's giving me bad vibes. Yeah, that's the word. It's NFTs are bad vibes. And maybe there's some more information out there about them that I don't know. Like, I'll admit that I'm not the most informed person, especially when it comes to this type of stuff. But yeah, bad vibes. Just buy art, with money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to put maybe just a little bit on the spot. How do you feel about artists doing NFTs?
Uh, I feel like they have like I know artists, and I'm friends with artists who have put down their own NFTs, and I feel like they have their own reasons for it, and I'm not one to step in and judge them and make a fuss out of it. So, like, you do you, but it overall it just gives me bad vibes, and I'd rather stay away from that stuff.
Okay. Okay. Respectable.
Mm.
Because I do have an artist who's pro NFTs, and he has an open challenge right now to anybody against it
Mm.
for an art debate. That's right, first ever art debate of NFTs. So if anybody's interested, who's
Oh,
against it, and wants to like have a hopefully a little drama. We need drama in the art world. That's the way. That's how we grow nowadays. So, uh,
debate.
yeah. So if anybody's open to it, let me know. I have someone who's pro. I do, and then I do want to find someone who's against NFTs, who's willing to go into a little debate. I would not have opinion about it because I would be just just asking the questions stuff like that. So yeah, that's open if anybody's interested because NFTs is very new. It's very new, so it'll be good to hear both sides, not just one side. You know.
Okay,
Um.
I will spread the word.
Yeah. So there we go. All right. So NFTs are bad or
Bad vibes.
bad vibes. There we go. I was like, wait, what was it? Just like, I woke up an hour ago. I'm sorry. Well, actually, 2 hours
You're
ago now.
fine, you're fine. No,
All
same
right.
same thing.
Now we're getting back to your art, and the things that I'm gonna ask is again, all these are optional. What is
Okay,
the weirdest commission you ever gotten or requested? Do
okay, so my this was when I was at Fanime, because I used to do Artist Alley in a bunch of Comic Cons and anime conventions back in the early 2010, 12, 13 era.
hmm
So when I was at Fanime, there was a down period. So my table partner, she was the one who commissioned me this, and she totally did it to fuck with me. But she was like, "Hey Joyce, would you draw?" I forget their names, but it's like someone really short and dwarfish, and someone really tall and elfish from Lord of the Rings. I think Gimli was one of them. I don't
Hmm.
know,
Okay.
but yeah, she was like, "Would you draw the two of them having butt sex with Spider-Man looking outside of the window crying?"
I
And she thought I wouldn't do it, but I'm like, "Of course." So I did that for her. That is the weirdest commission I have ever received. Nothing weirder has beat that.
So you have more?
Do I have more?
Yeah.
I typically don't do that kind of work.
Uh huh.
It was a very special exception for her. But
Oh, okay,
other
okay.
than that, No, not really. I mean, there's been a few that I've raised an eyebrow at that I'm like, but nothing really too crazy.
Uh,
That was the only one.
and anything to share with like the one that kind of like raised your eyebrow?
Not really.
Okay.
Just a lot of fandoms mismatched
Oh no.
that yeah,
Oh no.
yeah, it's just like, okay, and nothing too crazy, like I said, but just like two fandoms that
Yeah, yeah,
have a lot of overlap.
yeah. Okay,
But,
okay. That makes sense.
that's
That
the cool
makes
thing
sense.
about commissions, you can get whatever just about whatever you want.
Will you do any like what? Would you stop a commission? Like where, like right now, like if people are seeing this and want to commission you, what is the limit?
What's the limit? I wouldn't do anything that I knew I would feel uncomfortable
Okay.
doing as I would draw it. I'm
Okay.
totally fine with nudity and NSFW stuff unless I'm getting bad vibes from whoever's commissioning me, then I'll be like,
Okay.
"Nah, dude." Yeah, definitely nothing hateful towards other people or races or religions and stuff like that. Um, yeah, that would be the sum of it. Like I think what it boils down to with what you want to accept as a commission and not really depends on also who's commissioning you and like what their intentions are. Um, if just how comfortable you feel with it.
Okay.
The biggest drama I've received with commissions, though, is not so much the subject of the commission, it's more so that people don't pay you upfront. So,
Welcome to the
that's
art
been more of an issue.
world.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to the art
We've
world.
all been there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
screwed
all been
over.
there.
Awesome. Yeah.
Woo! That's how you know you made it as an artist.
Yeah.
Have you had any you have any stories that happened within art boots and stuff like that? Any weird experiences or things that you're kind of like raise your eyebrow at?
What was the first part of that question?
Like have you had any like weird experiences or any stories when doing art boots?
Oh, art boost. Okay. Um, yeah, I can't think of a lot of specific
Okay.
examples, but when I was talking to other art streamers who have done art tables in the past, they say it's a lot like Twitch chat, but in person.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people that come up and approach me at my booth are really cool. Have a little conversation with them. I get to know them and stuff like that. And some of them are a bit they don't understand how to ask questions or communicate properly with people around them and respect
Ah.
boundaries too. Um, a lot of it there's a lot of people who try to take up too much attention, and I have to I'm working behind a table, so it's kind of hard to attend to someone telling me like a 20-minute synopsis of their story. Um, so that's been a little tiring, especially as an introvert. I get drained easily by being around a lot of people. So I find that, you're doing art tables and you're around people, talking to people for 8, 9 hours a day for a whole weekend. It can be very draining. So definitely a lot of recovery time from that has been needed.
Okay. I actually it's kind of good that you talked about it because on the previous podcast, it's usually around where people. Well, on that example was boundaries.
Mhm,
Like some people are not really, I guess, don't have that much social skills, something like that. Where
mhm.
you can read, I guess you could say vibes to the person, or like, I mean, like, you don't want to be a jerk, but
Yeah.
you kind of like, I don't care because I have so many people things I'm doing right now, and so many people I'm talking to as well, especially in art books, because there's a lot of people coming in and out. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So it's like don't want to be mean, but like
Yeah,
you kind of it's like, hey man, I just don't care. I'm sorry, but it's like I got so many
yeah,
things that like I appreciate it, but it's like so yeah, I understand like the whole
mhm,
kind of like you do want to say something, but then you don't want to be a jerk because you're not really a jerk. It just seems like it, but you're not really because
yeah,
they don't really know what's
yeah,
going on or you don't know
mhm,
what you're doing and all that. So yeah, so I guess that's kind of like it's kind of weird that we have to
yeah,
explain that fully. Like just look at the person and just pay attention to like how they feel and all that. Because sometimes there's
mhm,
especially artists, they're not
mhm,
really they're open, but they're not like you said, they have so much energy to give, especially in art books since they have talked to a lot of different
mhm,
people, new people. They don't want to focus on just one person a lot, if that makes sense. Like
yeah,
they just don't have the
yeah,
energy for
exactly,
that. Yeah, that's like more for like a like going out to dinner or eating somewhere, stuff like that type of thing. But
mhm.
art booth, gotta keep it moving. Even if you know them, you gotta keep it moving. In some way. Um,
Yeah, just, you know, being respectful of people's time and energy because, you know, just like everyone else on this planet, we have, like, only 24 hours in a day, so
Yeah, so yeah, it's just kind of weird and sad that we have to explain it, but I do understand why, especially because like now the new generation and the new are just
mhm,
growing up in the internet and not like in person. It's just the way it is now. So
mhm.
it's good to explain that. It's really good to explain that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Because yeah, because we all just want to have a good art booth experience, especially
Mhm,
like now that COVID is somewhat done, booths are opening up again. Things are happening
mhm.
again. So just trying to put out the message. Just look at the artists, read their vibes, and just like if you feel there's something off, it is off. Like if you feel like should I be here? Like you know what I mean? Then it kind of is a little bit off if you like there for too long. That's just my opinion. Of course, everybody has their own experiences, and yeah, I just hear like
Mhm.
weird stories so far, and
Another recommendation I would put out too
mhm.
is like ask if you want to talk to an artist more, ask what's the best way to contact them, like or like, you know, can I send you an email or about this more? And that would probably be more preferable to the artist. And each artist varies too with like how
Yeah,
much uh they're you know how much time they have to talk to you or what means like through email or social media and that would be the best way to approach that if you want to have a more extended conversation with the artist.
yeah, it's usually through social media for the most part.
Hmm.
Because on the last podcast that I had, we had a stalker.
Oh,
So it's because of Twitch too. So
oh,
that
that
that that vi-
sucks.
yeah, so that video will be out tomorrow, by the way, guys, for the episode. And
Hmm.
I think it's just very important to really explain this, especially for for people, and hopefully they see it like oh they may like so it doesn't happen, kind of thing. And
Hmm.
yeah, so yeah, thank you for tell us your story. I think it's very important
Hmm.
in my opinion. Because things, things are weird, man. It's because like
Yeah, no.
it's especially with Twitch, art boots and stuff, and view like you said, it's like Twitch chat, but it's like
Can I kick it? Can I kick it?
Oh, I think you cut out for a bit.
no, I got an alert. I forgot to mute it.
Oh.
I'm one-
It's all good.
I'm one person, guys. This is a scuff
That's
podcast. I'm one person. All right. I'm like I forget to do things like I don't have a
Radium
team.
Skull. What did you do?
I don't have a team, man. Like you just Random Skull. I don't appreciate that follow. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Like I'm one person. Like, I forgot to mute
Yeah,
the
you're
alerts.
fine. You're fine.
Uh,
Yeah.
anyways, we're done. I'm out.
Oh,
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I really do appreciate it. But yeah. Thank you again for telling me your story about your art booth and all that. I'm just trying to like, just put the word out. About I guess boundaries. I guess you could call it.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. So, thank you again for telling me your story. Again, guys,
Mhm.
tomorrow we're uploading the artist Vopsy on Friday tomorrow on YouTube. If you guys want to check that out, we do have a story about that, and also of course her art, amazing. She's a 3D artist, stuff like that. And then if you miss anything of this podcast, we'll be uploaded next week as well. Um,
Woohoo!
all right, so we're gonna go to the next question. So,
Okay.
speaking of commissions, that we talked about a little bit before the art boot stuff, how do you price your work? How do you go about it?
Oh man, so this has been something that I've struggled with for a while. But by the way, I went full-time freelance as a graphic designer and an illustrator in 2019, in the beginning of 2019. So that's when I really had to get serious about how I would price my work. So I'll be honest, right now, a lot of prices that I've seen out there for commission rates of artists are extremely low. Like, and I'm just gonna mention this real quick before talking about my process.
Hmm.
But I would see a lot of like, oh, I'll do like a full body drawing and it would be $30. Now, if you charged $30 for a full body drawing with color and all that, and it takes you 8 hours, you divide that $30 by 8 hours and you get less than minimum wage, which all artists out there, anyone who puts in the time and the effort to make something like that definitely deserves way more than less than minimum wage. So I feel like as artists, even though they see a lot of people out there putting um, pretty inexpensive commission rates, sometimes they feel pressured to have to match that. And so overall, I've been seeing a lot of commission rates that are pretty low. So that was my mindset when I first started doing Artist Alley because I would also accept commissions at the table. So I would do like little $5 chivis, or I would really undersell myself because I wouldn't take the hourly costs into consideration. So I currently don't do commissions at the moment because I also work part-time. So my schedule is pretty busy, but the last time I did, I would price myself on an hourly basis, like how many hours it would take to complete this, and the if you look up the salary and the average starting range for illustrators and graphic designers is $25 an hour, which is what I was getting paid as a graphic design freelancer in 2013 when I first graduated. So it's been quite some time since then. So I've scaled up my commission prices.
Okay.
So I try to take in, last time I started taking commissions, it was $50 an hour. And I would also factor in like the materials used and stuff like that, and even communication and just all the time put into to working on commissions. I will say though that oftentimes when I did try to estimate those times in the beginning, I ended up working a lot longer than I thought I would be because I tend to estimate a little shorter. So that's something that I have to work on myself, and some advice that I would give to artists that are out there, just really pay a lot more attention to how much time, because like I said, time is a lot more valuable, a lot more valuable to me than money, at least. So that's that is the most important factor I would say that you should consider as an artist who's taking commissions.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, okay. So pretty much, it's like if you're getting paid, if you want to take this as a job, full time artist, you're gonna have a backbone and just be strict with your price and not fully
Absolutely.
work around that, because the people. Again, people will try to take advantage of that. Like, oh, can we go a little bit less or this and that? And the more you do it, the more you're gonna do it. And I think
Mhm.
that's how it feels like. So yeah, I think it's a good way to just, you gotta stick with the price. And when you
Mhm.
feel you've grown as an artist, or whatever you feel like you done, you up your game, then you charge more. Or whatever you feel. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah. So yeah, I guess it just varies and all that. Yeah, the internet changed the game a lot.
Oh yeah.
Especially like now, like in the past years, it's changed a lot. Like the way how a lot of things work, because there's so many different social medias that you could like put your work there. There's so many different artists who are just starting out but are charging a lot or low, but they don't know how
Mhm.
it really works. So it's like all
Yeah.
over the place. So it's like, oh, I could find this cheaper with this artist right here.
Yeah, exactly.
That's happening a lot more now because there's a lot of like people are comparing that artist that it has to be with every artist or something like that.
Mm.
And that's not the case. Like it
Yeah,
varies. You gotta see what the artist is charging. If you don't, if you agree with it, you agree with
exactly.
it. If you don't, you don't. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, it's a good takes on the commissions. So the next question is, um, have you ever seen or have stolen your art some way?
I have not, at least to my knowledge, I haven't had any of my artwork stolen,
Mm.
or any of my work claimed, someone else claiming my work as their own, which, I haven't seen, so I hope that hasn't happened because that's super shitty.
Yeah.
However, circling back to commissions, I have done work for clients who, one of my biggest pitfalls with commission work previously is that I didn't request money upfront, or I didn't request at least half or full.
Oh,
So I would do commissions for people, even people that would be, I thought it would be fine because they were in my friend group or someone that I could, I know who they are in person.
right.
So I'd be like, I feel safe. Even through freelancer.com, I've done things for clients, and they skipped out and didn't pay me. So in that sense, yes, I have had my work stolen, but not so much like having my illustrations on other things.
Yeah, that's pretty much like, yeah, you gotta get a half up front.
Yeah,
I do want to be famous.
me too. Hey, we should totally not click
Uh,
that.
you got banned. I don't know how you got banned. Oh my god, what
Oh
happened?
no, that sucks, dude.
No, but
Sucks to
it's
be you.
yeah. So I guess like the one advice would be take money half up front, at least half, and never send the
Yeah,
product until you get paid fully, right?
and
It's-
another thing I do want to mention with commissions: make a contract. Have
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yes. Especially if it's
legally
original artwork.
protect your ass. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because I have heard stories. I didn't mean to cut you off there. I apologize.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
I heard like some stories where like they make an original art piece and they think that they have the full rights to that art piece, like to make
Mm,
product and stuff like that. So that's one of the things you got to make clear
y-
is this is not for the rights. This is just for you to own it.
mhm.
Again, it's up to the artist. You have right to make a shirt for yourself, stuff like that, but you cannot sell it, etc. But it varies for every
Yeah.
artist. But you got to make sure you write that or tell them at least in messages, so you have something
Mm,
you could back it up, and like if anything happens, boom, you have the message there. Um,
yeah. Exactly.
so yeah, I hear horror stories about commissions and all that. So every
Hmm.
time you do a commission, you don't do any work until you get paid at least half, and then that's when
Hmm.
you get started. That's the best thing I've learned. Like I don't even lift a pencil until I get paid half.
Hmm.
That's just the way to. I mean, the only thing I do is like a 5 minute sketch, like before anything. Boom, done, and then that's when I like if they want to do it, let's do it. You gotta pay half. Um, Graphic Artists Guild has always had a resource for legal forms.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, I
That's
forgot
awesome.
about that. Yeah, you can go
Yeah.
from there. Yeah. You can go from there. But yeah. I think like the biggest key thing is be upfront. Do not be afraid of telling them of like, hey man,
Hmm.
this is not for this and that.
Yeah.
Because you got to tell them because a lot of people just expect them to own it, and I understand that side because they don't really understand it fully. Like they just think, oh, pay this and
Hmm.
we're good. So because I know
Yeah.
that because especially like you do a lot of original art. I've seen like a little like original concepts, so
Hmm.
um, so it's good to protect yourself. Um, and yeah. So any last words for commissions?
Um, yeah, just price a little higher than you might think because a lot of artists tend to not have the highest self-image of themselves and their work, which is pretty sad. But you're definitely worth it. All you artists out there, you are worth it.
Me?
And yes, you too. You especially, dude. Look at your work. You're a badass. Um, but yeah, legally protect your ass. You are a business. If you
Oh.
are commissioning, if you are accepting commissions, you are an entrepreneur, you are your own business. So you don't have a business to protect you. Like if you were to work for a corporation, you know, they have like stuff that can protect you as an employee. But if you're accepting commissions and doing commissions for people, you know, you really got to treat it like you are a business and have those similar setups that a business would have.
So pretty much, um, F your feelings, business first. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. You got to put business over everything in some cases, right? So yeah, okay,
Yeah, just protect yourself, you know?
yeah, just pretty much protect yourself. All right, we're gonna go and play a game.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. I
am I
didn't tell
gonna
you.
play a game too, or is this just you?
No, it's just for me. It's all about me.
Okay.
It's all about feeding my ego. Um,
Okay.
This is called Bad Artist Habit Bingo. We're gonna learn about if you have
Oh,
bad art habits. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
okay. Okay.
Um, so I'm gonna do a share screen real quick. So you can see it real quick. If you take a
Oh,
screenshot of
mm,
that.
make this
Um,
bigger. A screenshot? Okay.
yeah, because I can't fully screen because it lags for some reason.
Okay.
I don't know why. So I'm one person, guys. And I need
Alright,
better internet.
I think I got it. I'm gonna open up Photoshop.
Oh no, I'll do it my end. I'll do it my end. You don't have to. It's just so you can know what I'm talking about.
There you go. Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, we're gonna learn about her bad habits. We're gonna see if she gets a bingo or not.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
here we go.
Call me out.
Yeah, this is like a new show I've been doing
You can
for
look at my own work for verification.
All right, cool. All right, let me just make this a little bit bigger on my end, and there we go. All right, the first one we always gotta go with the free space. Procrastinates.
Yeah, we all do, you know. Yeah.
Bad habit. All right, let me cross. All right, here we go. Now we're gonna start from left to right. Stupid or unclear file names.
Oh man, I'm looking through my file names right now. You know, I'm actually they're pretty understandable. I don't leave things as untitled anymore. I've
Oh,
I've
okay,
ascended
okay.
as a graphic designer and I've learned through
She's in.
working with a graphic design team that you need to name your shit right or else it's going to drive you crazy.
She's a whole
So,
new level.
yeah.
Has million ideas, none get realized.
What does that mean? Like realized?
Do you have so many ideas you want to do, but you never make them because there's always something coming up. This is my opinion, I guess. And you can't get them all done because you do one sketch and you move on or something.
Oh, like hard to focus on one
Yeah,
sketch. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
pretty I'm pretty focused.
Okay, okay. Forgets on art style.
I'm pretty I think I'm with my art style. I'm pretty comfortable with it. Yeah. We're doing
Does not
so far. This next one though.
does not experiment or step out of comfort zone.
That's something that I feel like I haven't really been doing too much of lately.
Okay.
So, yeah, go ahead and call me out for that one.
All
Yeah.
right, we got another cross. Okay. I feel that doing studies will interfere with my unique art style.
I don't nah, I don't think it would interfere with it. I think it would
Okay.
enhance it actually. Yeah.
Okay. Pays attention, but doesn't finish enough stuff or advertise her stuff effectively.
You know, like a little attention's nice. Not gonna I'll just straight up admit that. But I try to I try to finish my stuff. Like I try to have attention come as it comes, you know? So
So
I wouldn't cross that out.
okay,
I think I'm cool with that. Yeah.
you do post regularly, and you do it like in a good way to promote your brand.
I mean, I try to see it as, the attention follows
Okay,
your art, not the other way around.
okay, okay.
So, or else you can get too caught up in the mishmash of social media.
Keeps accidentally drawing on the wrong layer.
I am a traditional artist, yo. This is no longer a
Oh,
problem as
so
much.
there you go. There you go. Hides body parts that aren't comfortable with drawing, hands, feet, etc.
Oh hell no. If it's hella weird to draw, like hands in weird positions, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I ain't scared.
Oh, got. Well, I guess the next one, I guess we could skip too, because forget you save regularly since you don't do a lot of digital, right? Or do
Yeah.
you?
Oh, traditional artists.
All right, here we
You
go.
don't.
Never finishes anything.
I actually like to finish my work.
Okay,
I Yeah.
okay, okay. Not looking too good for me, man. Just kidding. Doesn't utilize all available art tools, brushes, keyboard shortcuts, inks,
Okay.
etc.
I am guilty of this one. I feel like I could be using more of what's available. As someone who appreciates functionality,
Okay.
I don't use what's available to me at all times. Sometimes I think I try to take the shortcut and it actually works out against me. So, yeah, give me a big old fat red line over that
All
one.
right, all right. Lacks motivation, often burns out, too sad to draw, etc.
Oh, that's sad. But no, I've been pretty motivated lately, actually. I just came back from a 2-week birthday vacation. So
Oh,
having that time off like really gave me this metaphorical jetpack to just draw and do all the things. So I'm pretty
okay,
cool.
okay. Happy late birthday, by the way.
Thank
Um,
you.
only draws from specific angles, profile, three fourths, etc.
Oh, is that same face syndrome? Oh wait, that's on there too.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. No, it's just like if you draw mostly profile pictures
Oh,
because you don't want to do full bodies or you want to avoid certain things.
huh. Well, I try to mix it up, I think.
Okay,
Yeah, I do some half body portraits, full body. I think I'm all right.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Disorganized art folders.
Uh No, you know
No.
what?
Oh.
I I somewhat recently organized them. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Avoids drawing backgrounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Here we
Yeah.
go.
No
Disregards.
explanation needed.
Disregards personal health in favor of drawing, like a breaks, carpal tunnel, etc.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've noticed too, it's really funny. I have a water bot in
Oh.
my stream chat that goes off every 45 minutes to remind me to drink water. But when I'm not streaming and I'm working on art, it'll be like 3 hours before I drink water, so yeah, yep, let's hydrate to that.
Uh,
Yeah.
so I guess a cross or no cross.
Yeah, that's a cross.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. I accidentally saves over the wrong version of file. That could work with traditional art if you put you name it the same or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't really done that much, even
Okay.
with graphic design stuff.
Okay. Okay. Hates asking for or accepting help and advice.
With my art stuff, I think that's something I need to do more, but I really like when I seek out criticism for my work.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
with my artwork.
Likes to sketch or sloppy.
Um, I think I do that, but I also don't think that's a bad habit.
Oh, why not?
That's just a style. There's nothing wrong with sketchy or sloppy lines if that's what you like to do. You can pull it off and make it look good.
Agreed. All
With
right.
my inking though, I try to keep it clean, but with my sketches, They're very sketchy sketches. Yeah.
Okay. Perfection is too self-critical.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
cannot accept compliments too self. Cannot accept compliments. Compliments. Sorry.
Yeah. Damn, we're getting this bottom left corner right here
Doesn't spend enough
is
time
getting pretty
planning.
heavy.
Doesn't spend enough time planning or sketching.
I like to plan things, so I think I that one's okay for me.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Same face syndrome.
You know, I think I vary it up. I like to
Okay.
use Pinterest for for my models, so I think it's all right. I'm
Forgets
looking
to
through just to verify. Yeah, I think I'm good.
forgets to actually post finished stuff.
I'm pretty good at that as well. I love sharing my finished stuff. I'm like, hell yeah, gonna take the pictures and stuff. Yeah, so I think I'm good on that end.
Well,
And
folks,
my my bingo is it's a little lopsided.
I'm disappointed. We have no bingo. Can't call you out. How do you feel? How do you feel? You don't have a bingo.
How
You
do I
don't have that
feel?
many. You don't many. You don't have that many.
I
Bad habits.
honestly, I feel like some of these squares are pretty debatable, you know?
Yeah, true.
Like
True. I found,
like what is a bad habit? Although all those things in the bottom, being too self-critical and too self-deprecating, totally guilty of that. And I feel like artists should not be like that. And that is something I'm trying to work on.
okay.
So
Okay.
I'm glad you called me out.
Yeah. I mean, it's just fun saying just showcasing artists' bad habits because we all have them. You know,
Yeah.
nobody's
Yeah,
perfect. So,
absolutely.
I mean, some people are like, "Damn, I did not think about it until now."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a little
So,
bit of self-reflection. I like that.
yeah. So there you
Also
go.
drawing backgrounds. That's something I also do wanna start doing.
Well, there you
So,
go.
yeah.
There you go. I'm disappointed because I didn't get bingo. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's actually good. It's actually good. So we're gonna actually go to the next thing. And that is okay. So first, I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you
Okay.
believe anything is art?
Anything is art. I feel like so a quote that I like to go by is creativity is intelligence having fun.
Okay.
So if something is applied with creativity and it is art to someone in that sense, I do believe that it is art.
All right. So let's test it.
Oh
An Italian artist auctioned out an invisible sculpture for $18,000, made of literally nothing. I quote: "It was the work that it
Oh
is the
my
work
gosh.
that asks you to activate the power of imagination." How do you feel?
Is this art?
Yeah.
Um, it's the art of being a jackass. Um, that seems more to me like a scam.
It's a 5x4 square tape around it.
You
You get
said
a
there was nothing, it was invisible, right?
yeah. It's like the sculpture is invisible. It's like your imagination. You get uh a certificate on authenticity with the purchase, which he did sold it for $18,000.
What the heck?
Yep.
Dude, drugs are way cheaper. Why would someone charge 18 grand to
Well,
imagine?
well, it was auctioned off, so that means that people were bidding for
Oh.
it, and it went up to eighteen
Oh.
thousand.
You know what? I think a lot of artists too, they there's some sort of prestige to them that people would want to give them money for some sort of ownership
Hmm.
of whatever they put out there. But I don't I think it's a creative way to scam people, but I don't think it's not art to me. That's what Imma say. I wouldn't pay for that, so
Okay, okay. Well, okay. So again, I didn't mean to fully put you on the spot. It's because like
No, it's all good.
um I'm just very curious because I do hear people say anything is art. Me personally, I don't believe that. That's just me, right? And I'm just curious of your guys' opinion, of artists' opinion, because um
Mm.
so I mean you're the second artist that this person scammed, so
Yeah, well, that's just what it all boils down to too. That's just my opinion,
yeah, yeah,
and
exactly, exactly,
there's a lot of other people out there who would see that as art, and who am I to say that? You know, that's
exactly.
their opinion, and if you believe it's art, then it is art to them, you know, but it's not to me.
Well, there is something going on. Controversial. The invisible
Controversy.
sculpture. And that is, a Florida man is threatening to sue an artist whose invisible sculpture sold for $18,000, saying he came in with the idea first. Tom Miller, who says he made the invisible
Huh.
sculpture in 2016, demanding visibility. So he made like a parody, like a fun parody kind of thing. Um, it wasn't like he actually like was going for like a real thing, I guess.
Yeah.
It was a short film, a mockumentary, which was a parody. So he's like, "Hey man, I already thought about this. Take it." So he's suing him.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's suing him.
Okay. Was this, I'm just learning about this now. Was this to, um, in a way to, as a way to challenge the person who sold it for 18 grand? Is it a way to kind of mock them and be like,
no,
or
he's
was he serious?
no, he's serious. He's seriously suing.
Oh.
No, yeah, because
Oh.
if do you know what a mockumentary is?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so he did that, and I guess like he made a short film of that features fake artists and creators are as
Oh.
talking heads. He compares his respectives take on nothingness to John Cage's 433 and Seinfeld. So he made a short film of that in 2016. But his
Hmm.
idea was with the whole fake invisible sculpture, and so he's like, it was my idea first of kind of like because I guess he kind of just sold it or something. I don't know, or I don't know what's going on exactly. But the other artist that we just talked about, he just sold for 18,000. So he's like, no, no, no. So I guess he was like, no, no, no. I made this idea already. I made it into a short film, just
Ah.
like that. So that money's mine,
Oh.
kind of thing. So.
Hmm. Well, I guess some people just don't like money.
Yeah, so I mean, I it's just weird, you know. I thought it was a funny topic to talk about from
Yeah.
his perspective and stuff like that. Uh, it is a different statue though. It is a different statue.
I guess so. Different invisible poses, you know. I couldn't tell. It's I don't have the imagination for that.
But yeah, yeah. Thank you again for like give me your opinion. And again,
Yeah, of course.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot on that, but I'm always curious. I'm just always curious about like artist perspective of like if this art, this is art, you know.
No, I
Because
think it's a really interesting question too, and that's a question that comes up time and time again with the art industry. Like, what is art? You know, so that's at least what I've explored in that field so far. But who knows? In my experience, in 5, 10 years later, that answer might change.
yeah, we do have I do have a episode coming out exclusive on YouTube with another artist. We're calling it "Is This Art?" We're gonna find
Oh,
all different art that have souls that actually does it, and he's gonna give his opinion about this because he was one of them who said, "Yeah, I think like anything stuff good or like art and I challenged that, and we're gonna challenge it again. We're just gonna have fun. It's all fun and games,
okay,
guys. It's all opinion
that's
based.
fun.
It's just all fun and games. I'm not like saying they're wrong or anything like that. I just want to challenge it. Just fun
Yeah.
challenging. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to play independent of course. So yeah, people look out for that. It's exclusive only on YouTube. Um,
Okay, awesome.
and yeah. So all right. So we went from your origins, your opinions about certain topics to invisible sculpture. I guess now it goes back to I need to. How do you feel? Because it's like with invisible sculptures and the guy suing all that, it's like a reference. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
you probably took that as a reference. Um,
It was a reference.
yeah. How do you feel about references as an artist? Like, do you feel there's a good way of doing it or a bad way of doing it?
So I've talked about this on my stream as well. Definitely use references as an artist. Like it also depends on what you're trying to accomplish with your work. Like if you're trying to have your character look a certain way, and if you want it to be anatomically accurate, we don't have that information in our brains to pull out of. We take anatomy reference from real life examples, looking at poses, doing gesture studies, learning that stuff. So if you want things to look anatomically accurate or a lot more accurate to what people see in the real world, definitely use references for that as well, because it can help better translate your art to people. And there's there's really no wrong way, even if you wanted to trace. But that's a thing too. Like, would you feel proud of your work? Would you feel challenged if you were to trace something and then upload it online? And there are ways where artists have traced things and included them in collages and like modified them and stuff to where they've used the tracing as like a launch pad to do other creative activities. So it what it all boils down to with reference, use it to where you feel like you're growing and you feel like you're comfortably challenged. And that's for the artist to say, not for me. Now the one thing that would be unacceptable is to take someone else's artwork to trace it and copy it as your own and then publish that out without, especially without crediting the artist, especially without saying like, oh hey, I took this artist's work and I studied it, and that would be unacceptable. But other than that, I'm in full support of using reference.
Okay, okay. Actually, that shit does make sense.
Hmm.
Because for some reason I've seen artists fight about references, like, oh, you took
Hmm.
a concept of it, but it's like, how many ways can you take the
Yeah.
anatomy? And especially
Yeah.
anatomy is a big one, right?
Yeah.
Anatomy is a big one. It's like, oh, I did it, but it's like, um, but how can I do a hand differently for the most part? You try, but
That pinky looks like
yeah,
my pinky.
right. So,
Yes.
so it's like that's like weird, right? When it goes to like that point, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think yeah, references are good. References are good to use, and don't be afraid to use them. And people are against that. Let them be mad. It is what it is. So that's pretty much cover everything. Um,
Okay.
you have anything to promote on your store? Because that's where I'm right now.
Ooh, so I will be uploading new stickers and prints in the next month or so. I actually just put out an order for that. And for the meantime, what I do have in store, I have canvas prints available. So I have paintings that are printed out on canvas paper. And then I do have holographic stickers. You can get them as a package of 3, and other like matte prints as well. So just let me know if you have any questions about my work, and I would love to hear from you guys.
Well, there you go. I mean, it's very dope
Mhm.
work. I love it. I love the
Thank you.
creativity. I love the colors. I love the concepts. I love it. um,
Yay!
and I guess that's pretty much at the end. I guess the final question is, what do you think about the podcast? Hate it, love it,
Dude, this
feedback.
was this was awesome. Like we talked about a lot of interesting things, and I had a fun time. Like I appreciate your work. I think your work is really fun, and
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate you taking the time to have like a conversation about art with me. And I hope people listening. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you learned a thing or two as well. And yeah, I can't wait to be sharing this video with people.
Yeah. So this
Mhm.
video will be uploaded next week. Because tomorrow we're gonna upload the recent episode with
Mm,
Bubsy on Friday.
okay.
And again, guys, every video is timestamped. So I like if you guys want to search a certain thing or whatever,
Yeah, they're super organized.
it's all organized, all
Mhm.
timestamped, all there. So if you guys want to check that out, we're actually 9 subs away from hitting 400 subscribers.
Ooh,
Uh, so let's
that'll
reach
be
that.
8 soon, cause I gotta
Oh,
subscribe right now. Right
oh,
now. Yep, there you go. Now
they're
it's
all,
8. There you
don't
go.
don't want to subscribe because they're a gas. I mean, maybe that's what it is. I'm just kidding. No. Thing I really appreciate that. Yeah, there will be bonus content on there, guys. It won't just be fully of the podcast. There will also be, like I said, I'm doing a video with like if this is art, and maybe I'll make that into a series, and I'll invite artists I have in my past guests and ask them back in if they want to do it. So if you're open to it, I'll ask you in the future.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll because I'm almost trying to come up with some new shows, especially for art. Since Twitch is not really doing it, this is just my opinion. I'm gonna do it, and I want to do it. I love learning about all these stories of all these different artists, and
Mhm.
also put them in the spot a little bit. But it's optional. Everything
Yeah.
is optional. Everything is optional. They don't have to answer it or anything like that. Um, but yeah, thank you again for sharing us your story, your experiences, and your opinions about art in general. But yeah, so we will be uploading this next week, guys. And then I'll announce also the guests that we have next week on Twitter. So if you guys want to check that out, follow this, the Twitter. I always post one teaser every week on Twitter, and I guess also be uploading them on Instagram now. Um, and you guys will be able to find out who I'm having the next guest and what day too, because I'll go around the artist schedule, not my schedule. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it, really, guys. If you guys hit the like, subscribe. It's only for YouTube. Sorry, Twitch. Hit the like, subscribe. Hit the bell button, and yeah, if you don't subscribe, you hate art. Just kidding. I should make that shit a slogan.
I would
Uh,
hate art.
uh,
Bad.
but yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you again so much, and yeah, I'm totally down about to do that art collab with the two TV characters. If you're ever down
Yeah.
for that someday or very soon, I'm almost down for that. It'll be very interesting seeing these two characters interact. Um, but yeah, like I said, my TV character Cat Toad, not a fighter, sensitive.
It's a lover.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So, again, follow all our social medias right here. I leave the guest links for a whole week until I get the next guest, guys. So, if you guys stop by on my stream, her links will always be posted up. Um, and yeah, it'll be available throughout the whole week and all that good stuff. Any last words?
Nope, just thank you for having me. Thank you for your time and everyone else listening too. Thank you for your time as well. Um, stay creative. I believe in you.
There you go. Believe. Uh, and yeah, all right. I'm about to end stream to here because I'm very hungry. I may be on later on. Are you gonna be streaming later?
I will my next stream is tomorrow. So I
Oh, okay.
stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I will be on tomorrow if
Okay.
you guys want to catch me there.
All right. Cool. I'll be on maybe later on today. I'm just very hungry,
Yeah, I
tired.
got some food.
Yeah. So,
Definitely.
but I enjoyed this. It was a fun conversation, and let the people know about this podcast. Everybody,
Absolutely.
um, trash me if we have to. We need drama. We need drama. Just like if you guys were a past guest or you're a guest, it's like I went in this podcast. This guy was a jerk. Go check it out. I'm just kidding. uh, no, honestly, thank you guys again. Thank you again, and
Yeah.
I'll see you guys. Hopefully later on today. If not, I'll announce it. And thank you guys again so much. I really appreciate it, guys. Much
All
love,
right.
everybody. See
Bye
you guys next time.
everyone.
Bye bye,
Have a good day.
and record.